On Local News 8 at 6, Vallow Daybell is sentenced to life in prison. We will look at the decision and hear what she had to say in the courtroom this morning. Plus, more bones and fragments found at Bear Lake after a human jawbone was discovered last week. And as the Hayden fire grows, we will look at the latest map showing the current evacuation zones.
Now, Local News 8 at 6.
Thank you for joining us tonight. Our top story is today's sentencing of Vallow Daybell. It is the end of a case that has been unfolding for more than 3 years. It involved the deaths of 3 people in Idaho and a strange story surrounding her and her husband Chad Daybell's beliefs. Tonight we have team coverage. We begin with Local News 8's Linda Larson, who has more on just how long Vallow Daybell will spend in prison and what Judge Stephen Boyce had to say as he made his ruling today. Linda.
That's right, Todd. Today, Judge Stephen Boyce ruled that Vallow Daybell would spend 3 consecutive life terms in prison. Now, without any possibility of parole. Now, these were convictions on first-degree murder in the deaths of her son, J.J. Vallow, and her daughter, Tylee Ryan. And Judge Stephen Boyce also gave her a life sentence without parole for the conspiracy to commit murder for the conviction in the death of Tammy Daybell, the first wife of her husband, Chad Daybell. Now, these sentences will be served consecutively, meaning that happens one after the other. In addition, she is also going to serve 10 years for grand theft to be served concurrently, or what that means is at the same time. This was the maximum penalty allowed. The sentencing Judge Boyce said he considered the mental health issues outlined in the pre-sentence investigation, but he also brought up to the courtroom that Lori had decided to not take some of the tests. She had refused to take some of the tests that could have been mitigating factors in her sentence. He was compelled to issue the maximum sentence because of the horrible nature of the crimes and because of her complete lack of any remorse.
You may not believe to this day that you've done anything wrong, and you still may think you're justified by your religious beliefs for what happened here. I'm not here to judge that, but I don't believe that any God in any religion would want to have this happen, what happened here. And your crimes are heinous and egregious, and that alone can constitute a major aggravating factor that requires me to impose a serious length of incarceration. This is the most shocking thing, really, I can imagine, is that a mother killed her own children, and you simply have no remorse for it. Even sitting here today, there's no remorse.
And in a move that shocked almost everyone, Vallow Daybell took the stand and spoke to the judge in the courtroom about her religious beliefs. And for the first time ever, we heard what she had to say. Kaylee Galaviz was also in the courtroom today, and she has this report. Kaylee.
That's right, Linda. The overflow of the courthouse where I was watching from was in shock and couldn't contain their gasps with what she was saying. She talked about her near-death experience and how the children communicate with her after their deaths.
One of the times that Tylee came to me as a spirit after she died, she commanded me, and she said to me, "Stop worrying, Mom. We are fine." She knows how I worry and how I miss her. The first time JJ visited me after he passed away, he put his arm around me and he said to me, "You didn't do anything wrong, Mom. I love you, and I know you loved me every minute of my life."
As we heard the max sentence read, it was clear Judge Boyce wasn't buying anything of what she was saying. Afterwards, we heard from Kay and Larry Woodcock, J.J. Vallow's grandparents, who were in the courtroom today.
I'm happy Judge Boyce could see through her BS, that she and her angels and all that, and her near-death experience when she had Tylee. Never heard that story before.
Yeah, that's another
but
make-up
I don't know
story.
if it didn't happen. Just saying, I never heard it before. Yeah. But
Larry Woodcock had much more strong-worded opinions about Lori's statement that we cannot share, but emotions were running very high. The family is just relieved Lori received the maximum sentence. Reporting live in Fremont County, I'm Kaylee Galaviz.
All right, thank you, Kaylee and Linda, both for those reports. And this is not the end of Lori Vallow Daybell's legal troubles. She is also facing charges in Arizona. You can find all the reporting we have done on this story on our website at localnews8.com. More bones have been found along Idaho's Bear Lake. It is at the same site where two kids unearthed a human jawbone while digging in the sand last week. At this time, it is not certain if any of the new bones are human. Bear Lake County Sheriff Bart Heslington says the anthropologists from Idaho State University say some of the bones were animal bones, but others still need to be tested. The researchers will build a biological profile for the jawbone found last week, trying to determine the person's ethnicity, sex, and age. They will also look for dental work to compare the available records, or compare to available records. The Hayden fire has now burned more than 18,000 acres in the Salmon Chalice National Forest west of Leadore. Evacuation zones are in order. Here is a map of those zones. Zone 1 is in the go status. You can see it in orange, which is Myers Lane, Lee Creek Junction east to Big 8 Mile, and everything southwest of the forest boundary. Zone 2 is in yellow. It is in the set status, and Zone 3 is in the green or the ready status. You can get a closer look at this map on the Lemhi County Emergency Management Facebook page. About 700 personnel are working this fire. A community meeting is scheduled for tomorrow at 7 p.m. in the Leadore Community Center.
Well, showers and thunderstorms are joining us this week. It's going to be an active pattern, to say the least, as we get through tomorrow, Wednesday and Thursday, with a dramatic drop in the temperatures, especially for Wednesday and Thursday. We'll get to that in just a bit. But you can see the dark clouds here from the Idaho Falls First Alert Sky Cam. We have some threatening conditions out there, especially as you look southeast of the Snake River Plain and getting into western Wyoming. We've already had quite a bit of some thunderstorm activity really starting to show up here in South Bannock County, coming over the mountains right now into Gem Valley, coming down into Grace and heading towards Soda right now. You got a lot of red and yellow here on First Alert Viper radar as the thunderstorms have left or leaving Bannock County slowly over McCam and Lava, and we're seeing quite a bit of lightning, especially in the north end of this thunderstorm band through Chesterfield and then getting over to the Blackfoot Reservoir, and then southeast of Idaho Falls and east of Shelley and Firth. You can see those building thunderclouds, but the general direction for those thunderclouds continuing to move east towards the Palisades and Swan Valley. More showers and thunderstorms right now in Jackson. Quite a bit of lightning, especially here north end of Jackson up towards Moose and getting into Grand Teton National Park there. You got frequent lightning strikes along the highway. We're going to have more of this as we get through tomorrow. We got 92 in Idaho Falls, 89 in Pocatello. A few thunderstorms in the forecast for Tuesday, but a bigger punch of moisture arriving for Wednesday and Thursday. And of course, the wind speeds are kind of all over the map with the location of the thunderstorms. You can see Jackson's pretty gusty with the thunderstorms in the neighborhood. More moisture on the move for the next few days. We got that covered for you coming up in your weather. For now, back over to Todd.
Thanks a lot, Michael. Coming up, a look at the schedule to welcome students back to Highland High School after a fire last spring.
732.
Students at Highland High School in Pocatello will be making their return to the classroom after a fire last spring. Local News 8 reporter Cole Sam shows us the work to get things ready for first day.
With the school year set to begin in less than a month, the race to get Highland High School ready to open has been a top priority for Pocatello-Chubbuck School District 25.
It's been important to us from day one to get staff and learners back here up at Highland High School on campus in the school that students are used to, so that they can continue that day-to-day education in person.
Back in April, a fire destroyed almost the entire section of the D wing at the school, and those facilities are no longer available. The school district believed it was critical to replace what was burnt down for the upcoming year.
Not just instruction happens at Highland High School, but all the extracurricular, co-curricular, and all of those activities can continue to happen.
The community has stepped up to help, donating the use of buildings to hold some Highland classes and activities. Band, choir, and dance will be at the Calvary Chapel. Cheer and wrestling will be at the vacated Princeton LDS Church. The weight room and PE classes will take place at the Gateway Learning Center. And ISU's Eames Complex will host Highland's welding classes. The Mountain View Event Center will also be used for athletic practices and games.
We are so lucky to live in a community that continually steps up to assist each other in times of need, and this incident in Highland has been no exception to that. Just standard that Pocatello and Chubbuck communities hold for each other.
Demolition of the fire-impacted areas began on Friday, and isolating all of the damage is most important.
The district has taken steps working together with the restoration company to fully secure the location so that it is safe. That is the highest priority for us, to make sure that this site is safe for staff and learners to return to.
All classroom and instructional spaces that were not impacted by the fire are intact and clean, and the entire Ram community can't wait to be back.
The Highland staff and administration have been working so hard to make sure that their learners can have as normal and traditional school experience as possible.
Reporting in Pocatello, I'm Cole Sams.
A special meeting with the school board will be held tomorrow at 4 p.m. at the district office. The purpose of the meeting is to discuss the future for Highland High School with the planning and construction process. A local chef is competing to be America's favorite chef. The title comes with $25,000. Leah Dow Sanchez is the chef behind the menu at Jackson's newest mobile restaurant. Down Home Eats calls a pink tent and very soon a pink trailer home. Right now, Dow Sanchez is part of a nationwide competition called America's Favorite Chef. She is a former educator, but now she is pursuing her culinary dreams. She is currently in 7th place and hopes to make it farther.
It's not like the other baking shows or the cooking shows that I've watched. I don't go and I'm not on TV. It's nationwide, and so it's only based on people's votes and donations to the James Beard Foundation. But in that same act, it is extremely stressful because when people are eating your food, if they don't like it, they're not going to vote for you or continue to vote for you.
If she wins, she gets the $25,000. Dow Sanchez thanks everyone for supporting her. For more information on the competition, the restaurant, and how you can vote for her, visit our website at localnews8.com. Coming up a little later, big news out of Boise State. Sports Director Eric Moon will tell us when Broncos men's basketball is coming to Idaho Falls.
Got some dark clouds as we take a live look at the Malad Summit camera looking to the north right now. Thunderstorms, a part of our forecast all the way through the rest of this week in your 8-day. Next.
Date. And now, your first alert weather.
All right, we're going to be heading into a very active pattern here over the next few days. We got a few thunderstorms tonight, a couple thunderstorms in there for tomorrow. Not as plentiful, but we will see scattered showers and thunderstorms on the way here as we get into Wednesday and Thursday. And we're going to see a big drop in those daytime highs as a result. Quite a bit of active conditions currently into southeastern Idaho and far eastern Idaho, stretching into western Wyoming. As I take you on a little tour here with First Alert Viper radar, you can see the thunderstorms coming back over the mountains into Swan Valley and Irwin, and then they're going to be heading back into Teton County, Idaho. Quite a bit of wet weather currently over Jackson Hole and getting into areas of Teton County, Wyoming, with a good thunderstorm currently over Grand Teton National Park up towards Moran Junction here, putting down a lot of lightning there right along the highway. And then as we go south, you can see some of that shower activity getting over to Alpine. Been looking at these strong thunderstorms billowing out of Bannock County, coming out of Downey, Marsh Valley, Aramo, all moving to the northeast very slowly above Highway 30, getting up towards McCammon, Lava, and then coming down into Gem Valley as well, getting over Grace and Soda Springs. And then we have a decent-sized thunderstorm over the Blackfoot Reservoir. These thunderstorms slowly moving to the east and to the northeast. And then you look out here to the west, and we still got more thunderclouds trying to come at us here from the mountains of Cassia and Power counties. Most of the thunderstorms tonight are going to be into those foothills, but a few thunderstorms still could get into the Snake River Plain later on this evening. I got you at 92 right now in Idaho Falls. That's down from the mid to upper 90s we were seeing just a bit ago this afternoon. Winds out of the west at 8 miles an hour. Dark skies as you look south here on the Pocatello Farm Bureau Skycam. 89 degrees at the airport. Temperatures have tumbled with those darker clouds overhead, and we're starting to see a little evaporative cooling. Jackson, you got wet conditions here. Thunderstorms at 64, 23 mile an hour winds, but pretty quiet right now in Salmon at 92 with light winds out of the north at 5 miles an hour. Let's get right over to the big picture. High pressure over Colorado. Baby low here over areas of Southern California. I call it that because we got a little monsoonal low coming up out of the Gulf of California. This stuff is going to start moving that moisture towards us in the coming days. These two pressure systems, and kind of like gears on a Richter set or gears of a clock, it's going to propel that monsoonal plume all across the Four Corners region and even in here to eastern Idaho and most of Wyoming. So look out for the shower and thunderstorm threat over the coming days, and as we get into Wednesday, a big drop in the numbers coming through in your 8-day. A check of the Vipercast tonight showing us some showers and thunderstorms still late tonight across southeastern and southern Idaho and bits of western Wyoming. Sunny and nice here for tomorrow morning. In the afternoon, we'll get some spotty thunderstorms rotating through the region from central Idaho all the way to Utah and Nevada and areas of Wyoming. But look what happens as we get into Wednesday morning. Wednesday morning, already seeing the shower and thunderstorm threat beginning to take hold, and then we'll see the off and on thunderstorm threat throughout your Wednesday afternoon. And again, from Salmon to Bear Lake to Jackson all the way to Twin, we have a risk for showers and thunderstorms midweek, and that continues for Thursday as quite a bit of wet weather still rotates in here for Thursday morning, and then for Thursday afternoon, right back at it with that thunderstorm threat. Now let's take a look at the forecast. 90 for Preston tomorrow, 87 in Soda Springs with 86 in Lava. Lows back to the 50s tonight. We'll be in the 50s tonight in Rexburg with a slight chance of a thunderstorm, high of 90 for tomorrow. Mid-80s in Driggs and the mid-80s also in Jackson with 85, the expected high in Island Park. Jackson's extended forecast next 8 days showing us showers and thunderstorms for Wednesday and Thursday, and a few pockets of wet weather still sprinkled in there for Friday, Saturday, and Sunday with highs in the mid-70s. Moving over to Rexburg, highs will be into the upper 70s for Wednesday. That's down quite a bit from the 90 we're expecting tomorrow. Then we're hanging out into those 70s for the rest of the week with all this added moisture to the forecast. Moving over to Salmon, high of 95, 94 for Charleston, 87 in Ketchum. 8-day forecast coming at you now. You'll notice that the temperatures will be down to the 80s for Thursday and Friday in Salmon, and we're holding on to those 80s for this weekend. A good chance of some wet weather, especially for Thursday for the valleys of central Idaho. Moving into the Snake River Plain, I got 91 in Idaho Falls, 92 in Blackfoot, and 93 in Pocatello. So we're still going to manage to get some hot temperatures in here for tomorrow, but watch what happens on Wednesday. 70s and highs just shy of 80 degrees. Same thing here for Thursday, stuck with the wet weather. Highs at 74, and we're into the 70s for this weekend for Saturday and Sunday. Pocatello, 93. It's going to be hot tomorrow afternoon, but then we quickly see those temperatures drop moving into Wednesday and Thursday. Highs at 77 for Thursday afternoon. Low 80s for Friday and Saturday. With Idaho Falls seeing a 91 tomorrow. Slight chance of a thunderstorm, and then we're seeing showers and thunderstorms all across the region for Wednesday and Thursday. Overnight lows also ticking back down into those lower 50s towards the end of this week. We got a high of 73 for Thursday in Idaho Falls, upper 70s for Saturday and Sunday, 78 degrees and partly cloudy skies. Eric, over to you.
All right, thanks, Michael. Coming up in sports, significant news from Boise State today. We'll tell you when Bronco men's basketball is coming to Idaho Falls. Next on Sportsline.
News. And now, Sportsline.
According to reports tonight, Boise State men's basketball will play a game this season at the Mountain America Center in Idaho Falls, and it's a good one. The Broncos will face St. Mary's on December 1st in a non-conference matchup between two teams that both made last year's NCAA tournament. Boise State versus St. Mary's is the first college basketball game that will be played at the MAC in the arena's brief history. Tip-off for this one will be at 7 p.m. and the game will be nationally televised. This weekend in the Idaho Falls area, 4 BYU football players visited future Cougs at Ammon at a football camp. Hayden Robbins, Isaiah Bagna, Malik Moore, and Sonny Moncasini stopped by on the third and final day of a camp organized by Hillcrest football players Tayson Pinniger and Peyton King. As BYU goes into its first season in the Big 12 Conference, the players say they are excited to play Power 5 football.
It's a blessing, man. I'm excited. I know I'm new to the team, but, I'm excited for all the other guys who have gone through the independence era, and you know how it's a lot different when you're part of a conference and you feel like you're a part of something and you have a chance to go win a conference championship. And we're just being persistent, and through all the adversity we keep pushing and taking it day by day, and we're ready to go win a championship.
It'll be awesome. I feel like we got a lot of good talent coming in, especially this season with the guys who are already on the team and the guys coming in. So something to look forward to for sure.
In Pocatello tonight, the Gate City Grays seek their 9th straight victory when they face the Hiram Hornets in their final game of the regular season tonight. This battle does have playoff implications for Gate City. The Grays cannot pass Smithfield or Logan for first or second place, but they can grab third from Hiram with a win tonight. However, the Hornets have won all 3 matchups in the season series this year. First pitch is at 7:30 inside Hollowell Park, where it is also Grateful Dead night. So you're going to see a lot of tie-dye there on a fan favorite theme night.
Yeah, I was going to say, everybody will like that.
Yeah, everybody loves it there in Pocatello.
Okay, thanks, Eric. We'll be right back with a last look at your forecast.
Today, 1 in 5 working age Americans.
This is changing up our forecast a little.
Yeah, we're starting to get some active weather in here. Quite a bit of thunderstorm action right now over Soda Springs and areas heading into Jackson and eastern Bonneville County right now. We have more of this on the way for the next few days. In fact, especially getting into Wednesday, look at this. We go from 90-degree weather down to 70-degree weather. Quite a drop.
Refreshing. Why not, right?
Yeah.
Be good. Come back and join us tonight at 10 o'clock. Have a good evening.